So another day and another moveset video, but today we're going to be looking at somebody who has a guaranteed chance at joining FighterZ if there were to be a Season 4, and that's going to be Beast Gohan. So what, you thought Game Mode 1 was the only one I'm going to work on? You thought that was the only video I was going to do about superhero and people that can join FighterZ for DLC? No, we're just getting started. You thought I was sitting there saying, oh, look at the views. Look at the views. In all seriousness, I'm having a lot of fun doing these moveset videos, and I hope you guys are enjoying them. But I do want to work on more movesets. If you guys have any other characters that you think should join FighterZ, and you guys want me to work on a moveset for that specific character, put it in the comment section below, and maybe I'll go ahead and do it. But today, we are going to be focusing on one character and one character only, and that is going to be, like I said, Beast Gohan. So let's not make this intro too long like last time. Let's go ahead and get straight into it with his normals. And just like last time, let's go ahead and start with his 5L auto combo, his 5LLL. So fast forwarding quite a bit into the Gohan versus Game 1 fight, Mr. Gohan at this point is pretty much on the same level as Game 1. So Gohan is able to land a lot of solid hits. The attacks we will be taking for his 5L auto combo are going to be the high kick, the right-handed uppercut, and the kick that blasts Game 1 backwards. If the auto combo is landed, he will vanish behind the person and smash them down to the ground. This auto combo ender, of course, is exactly like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's. Next up on the list for normals is going to be his medium auto combo, his 5MMM. The 5M of the medium auto combo comes straight from the beginning of the Gohan versus Game 1 fight. After Game 1 attacks Gohan, Gohan lands an extended kick to the side of Game 1. It's very similar to both adult Gohan's 5M and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's 5M. His next medium is going to be his 2M of the combo. So I'm going to be honest with you guys, I could not find any sort of 2M like hit that he did in this movie. I did see a few hits that could maybe resemble a 2M, but I thought, you know what, let's just go ahead and take adult Gohan's 2M. It is actually a really good 2M, and besides, it's not going to look the same. It'll probably look a little different just with the same length. And of course, once we land those two mediums, we go ahead and go into his 236M, which I will get to a little bit later into the video. Okay, so now that we have all these auto combos out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about some more normals, his air normals, as well as his 6M, 2L, and all that good stuff. The air attacks are going to be very easy to spot during the Mystic Gohan versus Game 1 fight. As soon as Gohan transforms into Mystic form, he charges at Game 1 and lands multiple attacks straight away. The two we will be taking for his J5L and J5M will be his first and second punch, and the kick that pushes Game 1 away. To my recollection, I don't think there is a single character in Dragon Ball FighterZ that has a 2 hits and 1 button for a J5L. So this will hopefully be the first, unless I prove myself wrong in the edits.
You idiot. You're honestly an idiot. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Since he does throw out 3 punches before his kick, I thought it would be nice to have it where you can J5L into J5M into another J5L before doing a normal BNB or whatever you'd like to combo into. Like many other characters, it adds just a little bit more damage that you may need to get the kill you want. His last air attack happens just about a minute after his other air moves. After colliding with Game 1, Gohan lands a strong elbow to his stomach and then blasts him away with an upward kick. This jump kick right here. I'm not really sure what else to call it, but it's pretty cool. But this kick will not just be his J2H, but of course it will be his 2H as well. And to end your air combo, well, you need a J5H. So that's why we can finally go into the Super Saiyan Gohan versus Game 1 fight. There's a moment when Game 1 and Gohan clash. Gohan's way out of this clash was a spinning downward kick. Now we won't add the spin to the move because that's just adding way too many unnecessary frames. What they could do is just add the last bit of the spin before the kick, just so it has some sort of animation with it. The cool thing is this is not only his J5H, but it's also going to be his 6M. And just like that, we knocked out 2 other normals. That's efficiency! But now it is time to talk about the rest of his normals. So let's go ahead and talk about his 2L. Going back to the fight between Mystic Gohan and Game 1 once again, right before Gohan pulls out a WWE move, he hits him with a side chop or upward chop. Man, I'm really bad at making names. Either way, this attack would be his 2L, and yes, I know having a jab of any kind for a 2L is not as good as having a kick, because most of the time the 2L is not considered a low if it is a jab, which is unfortunate, but it's the only thing I could really find in the movie. But it could end up having a decent amount of range to it, so it may not be as bad as you think it is. So pushing forward, let's go ahead and talk about his 5H, which happens during the fight between Super Saiyan Gohan and Game 1. It's a very simple attack, just like many other 5Hs in the game. Super Saiyan Gohan lands a swift kick with his left leg that launches Game 1 away. Now, I was contemplating, should I give him a 6H or a 3H? And I didn't want to force something that I thought maybe he wouldn't have. I searched the web to see if I could find something for Gohan. I went back to the Tournament of Power days, I went back to the Moral arc to see if something could pop up, and I found something. Back in the Tournament of Power, Gohan and Piccolo fought 2 other Namekians from a different universe, Universe 6. Now, the place in the fight that I am focusing on is when Gohan goes Mystic Form. Gohan charged Saunel, the shorter of the 2 Namekians, with a powerful overhead punch, which put Saunel straight to the ground. The way I see this move working for Beast Gohan is going to be a lot like Kefla's 6H. As many of you know, Kefla's 6H is really good, especially in pressure situations, because you have to sit there and look out for this overhead. But not just that, after you land the 6H, you're able to combo after it, doing a 5H, doing your specials, going into an assist, whatever you can to extend. So that is going to be exactly what Beast Gohan's going to be able to do once you land the 6H. You're able to have the same amount of combo extensions as Kefla. Alright, so now we are done with the normals. Dunzo. So let's go ahead and move on to our next best part of the video, which is going to be Beast Gohan's specials. The first special that we will be addressing is going to be his 236L. As soon as Gohan goes into Super Saiyan form, he strikes Gamma 1 with 4 consecutive kicks. So my idea around these 4 kicks is to have it work a little bit like Super Saiyan Goku's 214L, as well as Vegeta's 236L. So I want to speed up these kicks quite a bit, as well as giving this a lariat-like startup. Having this move have a lariat-like startup is going to help Beast Gohan a lot, especially because nowadays the meta is having a full screen lariat or full screen neutral battle, so this is what we need to have with Beast Gohan. The light version of the move is going to simply hit you away, and the medium version is going to give you a wall bounce. Now the heavy version of this move is going to be a little bit similar to Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's 236. It's not going to be exactly the same, but the ender is a bit of the same. The 4 kicks that he lands at Gamma 1 is not the only thing that he does. After that, he actually punches Gamma 1 in the air and then punches him straight down. So if you land the EX version of the kicks, you will uppercut them and then smack them to the ground, giving you a hard knockdown, and you can combo after. And to end the 236 discussion, yes, you could use any of these versions in the air and on the ground. So let's go ahead and talk about some key blasts for Beast Gohan, which is going to be his 5S and J5S. Now this may end up being a shock to you, or you may just end up hating me, but he's not going to have
any key blasts.
Move this man!
Instead of that, he's going to have something very similar to Trunks. Trunks' 5S is basically an energy beam, or ki beam, whatever you want to call it. Now, this is not going to work exactly like Trunks' 5S, but it's going to be as fast as his 5S. Now, the reason why I opted for an energy beam rather than a ki blast is because in the movie, during the Cell Max fight, everybody, including Gohan himself, shoots an energy beam blast straight at Cell Max. Now, it looks a little bit like Masenko, the positioning of his hand, but I want this to be his 5S. Like I said, this could be Masenko, I could be wrong, but at this moment in time, I'm going to go ahead and just call this an energy beam. So this energy beam can be super dashed into, but only in the corner. So the next special I'm going to be talking about is something I made up completely for Beast Gohan. I guess you can call it a new mechanic for the character. As we all know, Zamasu has a flight mechanic that allows him to fly for 8 seconds, which is actually pretty ridiculous. But not just fly around, he could dash into you, open you up very quickly, 50-50s on stop. It's pretty crazy. So I wanted to give Gohan his own Zamasu treatment. When Gohan does go into beast form and he strikes Cell with that kick, you see his lightning fast movement. It is crazy fast. So that is why I'm making something called lightning movement. This is going to be his 214S, and once you use this move, you will be surrounded with electricity and purple aura, showing that you are using the lightning movement. Now, since Zamasu has the luxury of flying around for 8 seconds, I decided, you know what, let's give Gohan the same treatment. So what does this purple aura and lightning indicate? It means that if you dash forward, you will instantly vanish. It can cover the same distance that Zamasu has when he dashes in his flight mode. And the cool thing is, you don't have to be in the air to use this. Once you have this aura around you, you can use that dash whenever you want. You can be on the ground doing your normal pressures with Gohan, and then using your assist to cover you to activate your lightning movement and go on from there, making more 50-50s happen, making them guess if you're going up, staying in the same spot, going across, doing anything possible to mix them up. And just like Zamasu, you can use other specials while in lightning movement. It's not going to stop you from doing anything else. It's just there for you to use mixes, to get cross neutral, to get yourself out of situations. It's there for you. So I think this mechanic would unlock a lot of combo possibilities and just give Gohan that edge that a lot of characters need. Next up for his specials is going to be his 236S and J236S. And no, you may be thinking, oh, this is going to be his Kamehameha he used his Gamma 1, right? No, this is going to be something from the Moro arc. In chapter 53 of the Moro arc, Gohan protects Piccolo from a special beam cannon used by 7-3 with a ki shield. My idea with the ki shield is to have it work a little bit like Zamasu's 236S. Of course, not having a smash property, but having that length, the range of the full screen that it has. As you can see, Zamasu's 236S is pretty fast. It's going to be much slower. It's going to be going at a very slow pace. This would allow you to move in neutral without worrying about ki blast and beams. One thing I wanted to point out is the direction of the shield. In this panel, it's in an upward position, so I thought it would be interesting to add a Super Saiyan Goku Kamehameha spin to it. This would allow you to pick which direction you want to throw the shield. So say you're in the air, you want to protect whatever's below you, so you can move in neutral above. You can send that shield to cover you, as well as if you're on the ground. If you want to shoot it up to block ki blast from above, that can work too. Same again, if you want to shoot it forward to block yourself, that way you can move in neutral without having to worry about beams and ki blast hitting you. Now this won't stop melee attacks. That's one thing that's going to be key about the shield. It's only going to be for ki blast and beams. And for the last of his specials, let's go ahead and talk about his 2-2S, which is going to be a DP. This was shown when Gohan was in Super Saiyan form against Gamma 1, which had Gamma 1 dragging Gohan against the wall of the Red Ribbon base. In an attempt to get out of Gamma 1's grab, Gohan used a blast that breaks the two apart. Xenoverse 2 actually introduced this as an invasive skill for the newest Gohan coming to their game. Even though the skill was already in the game to begin with, seeing it somewhat being used in the movie with Gohan is nice and gives us a reason to add it to his moveset. These specials are now done, so let's go ahead and talk about his assists before we move on to the supers. So let's go ahead and make this real quick. His A assist will be his kicks, his 236L, his B assist will be his ki shield, and lastly his C assist is going to be his DP. Alright, so we got those assists out of the way. They're a bit of a nuisance, we want to get to the good stuff. So let's go ahead and now talk about Beast Gohan's supers. So the first level 1 that he's going to have is going to be his Kamehameha, his 236LM. This is used against Gamma 1 when Gohan is in Super Saiyan form. He quickly blasts a Kamehameha straight at Gamma 1. Just like in this scene, the super will have Gohan backdash and then blast his Kamehameha. His second level 1, which is going to be his 236HS, is going to be a counter. You guys thought I wasn't going to add this to the game? You thought I was going to miss the kick he used against Cell Max? You're crazy! Before Gohan lands that powerful kick, he catches Cell's punch. So the idea is to have Gohan be surrounded in that kind of aura, somewhat similar to Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's counter. Now you may be saying, wait, isn't the 214S have something similar where it has an aura around them? Yes, but this is going to be a lot more noticeable. In the image you see right now, you see Gohan covered in the aura and lightning surrounding him. So you will know exactly when this counter happens. And I'm sure the rest is self-explanatory, but yes, if you hit the counter, he will vanish directly in front of you and impale you with that beautiful kick that he does against Cell Max, which yes will give you a sliding knockdown. And to save the very best for last, it's going to be his level 3, his 214LM special beam cannon. Now it will definitely be exactly how it plays out from the movie. If they don't do it like that, then we're gonna have a problem. But one little thing I wanted to add is to have Piccolo come in and out as it's happening. The best example for what I'm trying to go for is Vegito. If you look at his level 3, his final Kamehameha, you see Vegeta and Goku abruptly appear in the Vegito blast the Kamehameha. Because of the connection that they have, it would be so wholesome to see Piccolo be a part of that level 3. And if somehow Beast Gohan does come into FighterZ, and that actually happens, I want money. Arc System, I go for a low rate, but for you guys, because of this, I'm asking for a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the Beast Gohan moveset video. I had to expand my mind for this one though, because there wasn't much with Beast Gohan. All we saw was about a minute of him in the movie, and the rest of it is just Mystic Gohan, Super Saiyan Gohan in base form. I am very happy with how this came out, and I'm so glad I'm able to share it with you guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I have a lot more moveset videos coming to you very, very shortly. Again, it takes a long time to do, so it is time consuming. It may be a couple of weeks or a week before you see the next one, but just know you will be getting more content like this. Like I said at the beginning of the video, let me know who you want me to make a moveset for, and I'll be more than happy to do it. I look forward to making a lot more videos like this. And while you're down there, let me know what you guys thought of the video, if you guys liked it or not. And if you guys did like it, make sure you hit the like button. That helps me out a lot, and subscribe as well, because a lot of you haven't subscribed who watch the videos. A big shock. But seriously guys, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. It means the world to me. I will see you guys next time. Peace.